Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a prose by Ruskin Bond, Grandfather and the Python. So before going the prose part, the chapter, let's talk about the author Ruskin Bond. I'll give you here a brief idea about who Ruskin Bond was. So Ruskin Bond is an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British origin. He mostly authored inspiring children's books and was awarded the Sahitya Akademi to honor his work of literature. He was born on May 19th in the year 1934 in Kasoli, India. He was the son of Edith Clark and Aubrey Bond. So here there is a series of events in this chapter, in this lesson, Grandfather and the Python. Actually, the grandfather of the narrator, he wanted to start a zoo of his own. So this is also an extract. So here we are going to read only about the part where grandfather come across with a python. The sequences are: number 1, grandfather buys a python from a snake charmer. So number 2, grandmother nearly faints on seeing the python around grandfather's neck while getting back to his home from the market. Number 3, grandfather was ordered by grandmother to return the python to the snake charmer from whom he bought it. Number 4, Aunt Mabel arrives at the narrator's grandparents' home for 3 weeks. Number 5, Aunt Mabel discovers the python in a guava tree in the garden, and as soon as she saw the python, she nearly fainted and screamed and ran back to the home. Number 6, the python begins to appear at unusual places such as Aunt Mabel's dressing table. Number 7, the python appears under the pillow of Aunt Mabel, which changes the duration of Aunt Mabel's stay there at grandparents' home. Number 8, grandfather and the narrator discovered the weakness of the python, which was a mirror in which the python loved to see its own reflection. Number 9, grandfather builds an extraordinary trap for capturing the python, which included a trap with a mirror in it and some delicacies for the python. Number 10, grandfather is able to capture the python and leaves the python free near the lake. Number 11, now the problem is the python is so stubborn and does not want to leave the cage, as it is in love with its own reflection that was reflected in the mirror which was put inside the cage. So this 8 sequence events are the most characteristic events here in this prose part. So we are going to explain, we are going to discuss about the content here in the chapter. According to the events, it comes across from the very first moment that grandfather he saw as he was trying to make a zoo of his own. So he tries to collect and gather as many animals as he can, and along with that even reptiles was also there. Now grandfather he was very much obsessed with animals. On the other hand, grandmother, she was very much, grandmother was, she, even though she wanted to have a zoo, she liked animals, but the question comes when it talks about reptiles. Grandmother never liked any kind of reptiles, and while seeing the python, she got nearly fainted. So grandfather, he bought the python from the snake charmer, and he tried to take the python around his neck and getting back to his home and boasting himself in front of others as he was going to make a zoo of his own. So seeing that event, grandmother was very much shocked. She was frightened and she nearly fainted. And there was a lot of argument going on in both of them. And later, grandmother ordered grandfather to return the python to the snake charmer. Whereas, when grandfather went back to the marketplace to fetch the snake charmer, but to utter dismay, the snake charmer was already out of sight in that particular moment. Now, the days were passing in that way. For safety of the members of the family, they decided to lock the python there in the bathroom. Now in that, Aunt Mabel, she arrives at the narrator's grandparents' home for staying there for about 3 weeks. And when Aunt Mabel discovered about the python, she too was very much frightened. So it happens that one day Aunt Mabel, she was strolling there in the backyard of the house. There she encountered with the python, who was staring at Aunt Mabel there from top of a guava tree in the garden. Now, after seeing the python, Aunt Mabel, she was very much shocked. She was very much frightened, and she ran back to home and asked and inquired about the python. So from that particular moment, the python begins to appear at unusual places such as Aunt Mabel's dressing table, trying to enjoy its own reflection that was reflected in the mirror. The python seems to admire its own beauty and was very much fascinated in spending time enjoying its reflection there in the mirror. The python again appears under the pillow of Aunt Mabel, in which she was made to change her duration of staying there at the grandparents' home. She made up her mind to move from that home as soon as possible. So there, grandfather and narrator, both of them, they discovered there is a weakness of the python, which was the mirror, where the python loved to see its own reflection. Now grandfather, he made up his mind to build an extraordinary trap for capturing the python, which included a trap with a mirror in it, and so he did it with the help of a man. And grandfather is able to capture the python and leaves the python free near the lake. But the python was so much interested in admiring its own beauty there in the reflection of the mirror of his own. So the python becomes quite stubborn and does not want to leave the cage, that is in love with its own reflection there in the mirror. So for now, we will end up here, but the further explanation of the chapter we will do in our next classes. Thank you.